welcome back, race fans, to the season-opening Daytona Duels here with the Full Throttle Performance Sim Racing Series. Tonight we've got a packed grid, high stakes, and plenty of action as these drivers battle not just for victory, but for the perfect starting position, I believe, in their Daytona race coming up in 2 weeks' time. It's the one, it's the only Sean Stamm producing, directing, commentating, but we also got the one, the other, the only. It's Justin. Y'all, commentator, how are you doing here on opening season race night?
I'm good. Glad to be back with the folks here on a lovely Wednesday night. Tell your mama, your grandmamas, your mama's mama. Hope they doing good. Hope they tuned in with us. And we back at Daytona, baby. Glad to be here with the Full Throttle Performance Group. And Sean, I don't know about you, but I've missed it a little bit.
Yeah, it was a long off season, Justin, right there with you. Finally back out here to track. Also, we have a real quick special guest up here joining us up in the booth. It's the one, it's the only Matthew Fitz, our league owner. He's here to talk about a little bit this league, as well as, hey, Matthew, you got a little bit of race format up here for us tonight as well.
Yeah, you know, good to be out for the season opener. I mean, the season duels.
There it is.
Tonight we're going to be racing 2 heat races, 10 laps, no cautions, set the grid, and then come out for a 45-lap shootout.
So
Which I forgot to set my race set, so we'll see what happens. Let's get my race set on there.
You can blame it us on over there, Matthew. It's all good, man. Well, hopefully you've had a quick, brief off-season as well as a nice off-season, and we appreciate you laying the line out here as far as format goes. So we do have that first 10-lap heat, that second 10-lap heat, the 45-lap feature. And then does that 45-lap feature then set the grid for Daytona next week, or is this kind of all just clashing it out here tonight, Matthew?
This is all just clashing out, feeling it out. I wish I knew how to set the lineup for the next week.
Oh, true.
But like I said, this is kind of my first time. Rob used to take care of all this stuff. I'd set up races and do a lot of the rules and stuff like that, but handle the financial aspects of a lot of it. But unfortunately, Robbie couldn't make it out this year. Hopefully, he'll be able to do some races. But I'm pretty much taking the reins, and we're six seasons in, and I really want to just keep this going. We got a good cars out here. Got a lot of good guys that are returning, got a lot of new guys. So, yeah, we're just going to feel it out and see how it goes tonight.
Well, Matthew, we really appreciate you taking your time up here to join us in the virtual broadcast booth before some virtual racing out here tonight. Good luck to you, not only tonight, but throughout the whole season. Hopefully we're chatting up there with you in Podium Drivers interview here after we're all said and done.
Yep, sounds good. You know what? It looks like I screwed up the format. We're going to have one heat race, feel each other out, and then do 45 laps. So, oh well, it'll be a quicker night.
Hey, alrighty, Matthew. We'll get you reimbursed out there after it's all said and done with. We appreciate all your hard work out there behind the scenes, and thank you once again for having me and Justin back up here with you for another season.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
Alrighty, well, Justin, it's a little bit quicker at night here tonight, but thankfully it's not sleeting or snowing on us out here from virtual Daytona. Cough, cough out there. Nothing wrong with the class, but Justin, what are you looking forward here tonight from this kind of different format than we were used to seeing out here coming into the race, or expecting to see coming into the race?
So now we don't have a second heat race. We got one heat race, and you're about to see it's 10 laps, balls to the wall, throw them over your shoulder, and in the words of Ross Chastain, don't lift till you see the check fighter God. So, hiya! Good luck, everybody.
We're going to get to it. Here's our starting grid tonight, brought to you by Nitro Racing. It's Joshua Susi. It's our champion who slaps it out there on the pole with a 49.8. How about Joshua Gaiman joining him up on the outside? David Smeal Jr., Jaden Bingaman. That's a newer name here racing with us this season. It's James Tenorelli, Dylan Clark, Willie Hobart, Jeremy Zarfos, Kevin Click, Ken Baum Jr. It's Matthew Fitz, as well as Jimmy Barr rounding out the top 12. Andrew May, Kyler McCarthy, Andrew Bay, Michael Sheridan, Austin Griffey, Chris Lynn, George Wood, and Andrew Burnett rounding out our, count them, 20 driver field. Justin, take it away here, buddy. That iRacing safety pace car diving into the safety of the pit lane.
Here we go. Hope you're ready. Got your beer, got your drinks. It's time to go racing at Daytona for the Duels here, the Full Throttle Performance League. Off to turn one, we head side by side through the field we go. That bottom side going to have a little bit more nose to butt right there as they work their way through turns 1 and 2, but that outside line going to prevail as they come through turn 2. Going to go down the back stretch.
Here comes Joshua Gaiman getting a nice shove out there from his rear end of Dylan Clark in the number 34. We're getting wobbly, wiggly, wobbly, wiggly. That's for about 5th and 6th position out on back. Kyler McCarthy, meat of the sandwich early on in his Nitro Racing number 24. He's going to continue to look 3 wide, losing positions out there as the next 2x2 battle up there is between the number 27 and 29. I think that's going to be David Smeal Jr. and Jeremy Zarfos up there going side by side heading into turn 1.
They come back through here. That outside line's kind of fizzled back now to about 4th place. Top 3 kind of took over that bottom side. Way up high, you got Smill, you got Bob, you got a couple others back here. And if you look kind of further back, you got a 3rd line kind of forming. I don't know if maybe they're just out of line and falling back to kind of avoid the chaos that it is, but you can't do that in this little 10-lap shootout. You've got to be hammered to floorboard, and you've got to make sure you're going towards the front. We're going back, looking through here, on board right now. Through that windshield of Kyler McCarthy, number 24 machine out of Fort Worth, Texas. Kyler last year, a big runner. He won a couple of races with this group. Kyler, also part of our bump and run group. So you got to make sure you keep an eye on that number 24 machine. Never know where he's going to pop off. But right now, Joshua Gaiman up front, leading us around through here. But don't count out that 81 of Susie as they come their way back through turn number 2.
Susie, our season champ. Oh, he's getting aggressive with the front and the rear ends there, both giving it to the 34 and receiving it from David Smeal Jr. Teammates making that inside line work out there as Jeremy Zarfos, he gets a nice run out up top. This time it's once again out of turn number 4. Oh, we're going to have contact out there. That is between, I didn't quite catch the number, but I think that was James Tenor. No, it's right behind James Tenorelli. Michael Sheridan as well as Austin Greif, a little bit of contact out there to turn number 4.
Better keep your glasses on. Make sure you got that 20/20 vision locked in. If you don't, go see America's Best or Lenscraft or somebody. Man, they're 3 wide up front, beating and banging. We got 3 laps down, 7 to go, but it's just going to keep getting more and more aggressive. So they work their way down the back stretch.
That outside line completely fizzling out right now, only led by Ken Baum Jr. and that neon green Toyota Camry machine. Yeah, that is neon green Toyota Camry machine. Back out there and out up front, still Joshua Gaiman. Since the drop of the green flag has led every single lap. Dylan Clark still stalking, creeping out the dungeon, sitting P2. Joshua Susie still sitting P3. We got Tim's Tiny Boat Adventures. We got Ted. We got Terry all joining down there in YouTube land. Hopefully you're all having a great night tonight with, finally back here to some Full Throttle Performance sim racing action.
Hope everybody out there is having a good night. Hope you tuned in. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and let somebody know where the racing action is here on Wednesday night. That's right here on Stamm Studio Network. We're still nose to tail pretty much all the way through the top 7 here. And here comes Bob, going to try to make that outside line work. He's going to have a little bit of help back there. I don't know if they've got the momentum to maybe start getting a little bit of hay to go to the front. But Gaiman right now leading that bottom side. I don't think he has any ambition of leaving it down there. So we shall see as this race goes on. 5 down, 5 to go here in the Duels. They are working their way right on around through turns 1 and 2 yet again.
Man, not what you want to see out of Ken Bob's front windshield. Nothing up there out in front of him on that outside line, as well as now he's finally able to slot his way back and into the inside line. Of course, right then when that turn 2 Terribles driver does it, it's going to be the outside line who now starts to form, led by the number 12 of Jimmy Barr. Jimmy Barr is back out here racing with another season of Full Throttle Performance sim racing action. He's got that newer driver right there behind him. I believe that's going to be Austin Greif. Also, Kyler McCarthy now slotting his way back into the inside line. We're still setting 2x2 across the stripe. I think Austin Greif does have a little bit of damage on that front nose. Oh, there goes the 14 of Michael around. The big one in our front opening heat race.
Oh, Oh, me, oh, my. You know what that means, right? There's going to be some backup cars in our little heat race here, or little main Daytona race. Somebody's going to a backup car. But guess what? There's no caution, so it don't even matter.
I was about to say, man, we're keeping them moving and grooving back down and through the pack. Here's a quick race replay. It looks like Kyler McCarthy gets shoved out of the 32's front nose up and then clips the 14. And then you're going to see Kyler McCarthy top of your screen there. He gets involved. So does the 57. Oh, there's the 32 also pancaking the outside wall.
Somebody cue my theme song up. Keep off the wall then. The wall one.
Only 7 laps in, and we are already. Hey, that got to get those jingles in down there, folks. Especially with me and Yamatator up here in the booth. Can't get much better in it, as you've already mentioned, Justin. Hey, Wednesday nights, this is the place to be right here, Stamm Studio Network for some full throttle performance NASCAR action. Well, we only have coming to 2 laps to go here. Right now, Joshua Gaiman still out up front. Dylan Clark, P2. Susie still P3. Whoa, here comes some lap traffic at the top of the track. That's the number 14 who got turned around, of Michael Sheridan.
Still cooking down there on that bottom side. 4 up front, but there's a little one hanging around. That's Tinarelli. He's kind of down there just hanging around waiting for an opportunity. 2 laps to go. So you better find your dancing partner. Make sure you got your P's and Q's in order. As they come back off of turn 2 down the back stretch, you better be getting your stuff in order.
Gaiman, Clark, Susie, Smeal Jr. Also, like you mentioned, there is Tinarelli starting to. He has a run and a half right now out of the back 5 pack. Look at him. He's looking like he's back out of the future. Here comes James. The run's going to stall out here as we reach the white flag lap on our opening heat of our Daytona duels.
Here we go. White flag in the air. Buster going to have it weaving fly right through the stripe. There you go. Tinarelli going to try to set that baby back up again. They're going to stack up right there. That's going to open the door for Tinarelli to have a little run. Don't Kevin LePage it, please, down there on the bottom. Thank you much. They work their way down the backstretch. Here we go, nose to tail. Will anybody step out or make a move? Who is this coming back? Who is that, the 32?
Oh, here comes the 30. There goes 34 of Dylan Clark. There goes James Tinarelli starting to get up in there right with him. Kevin Click is the next car back and in for P5. Here comes these runs. These drivers have calculated this for the last 10 laps out here. It's who gets the better run coming towards the stripe out of the triover section for the final time in our heat race. Joshua Gaiman will hold him off. Well, okay then. First heat race in the books. Joshua Gaiman says, thank you very much. Led all 10 of the laps except for our opening lap. Dylan Clark, he'll finish out here P2. Joshua Susie will finish out P3. David Smeal Jr., James Tinarelli, that's 4th and 5th. Then there's Jeremy Zarfos, Kevin Click, as well as Matthew Fitz, Kevin Baum Jr., as well as Jaden Bingaman rounding at the top 10.
Know what that means? Re-racked, restacked. New cars.
We will get them re-racked and restacked. I was trying to get that race replay coming towards the stripe, but hey, the session, that's how fast it'll switch on and over. This will be a quick 5-minute warm-up here, so ladies and gents, if you have a quick time to grab yourself a quick drink or quick snack if needed. Justin, have you had the Clash on in the background by chance? Because I wanted to see it for myself, but I'm so anxious. I'm kind of wondering what's happening.
No, I don't have it on. I don't have a TV in my gaming room right now, but I can get it pulled up. Let's see what we got.
I'll tell you what, while you're able to get it pulled up, I will. I got to talk about something special about Tier 2 Me, and that it will be the Better Half Dash. Ladies, they're going to take the wheel out here out February 13th, the night before Valentine's Day, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Looks like we're going to skip that 5-minute warm-up here for this race, too, so already gridding up there. ladies, if you're tired of rooting on your man out there from behind the broadcasting booth or the broadcasting scenes on YouTube land, make sure that you ask him to get you registered up here for this one. It's free registration. There's already about 7 to 8 ladies registered. And gentlemen, what's a better Valentine's Day gift to get your better half than a registration entry here in the Better Half Dash? Money Stocks, Charlotte, join us here for it. Also broadcasted live, Stamm Studio Network.
Hey, ladies, let me just give you a little piece of advice that I did not know. And make sure your man reminds you of this. The mini stocks have 5 gears, not 4. I did a mini stock race a while back, and I didn't know they had 5 gears. I thought they just had 4. Like most would. I'm having that baby off the chip, just bop, going around through there. I'm like, dang, these guys in front of me are pulling away. About 5th lap, I was like, this thing got 5th gear? I put it in 5th, and I took off like a rocket ship. So, just helping everybody out. A little piece of advice, a little tidbit, no charge.
There it is, the Yamentator, free of charge tips right there. You don't get that too often. No, I'm just kidding, Justin. Appreciate it, man. And also thank you for if you have already registered for it, because I think we do have we got 1 or 2 drivers that have registered their Better Half Dash for it. It's going to be after our first heat race. Where is he at? There he is. It's Kyler McCarthy. He's got his Better Half registered, ready, and rocking, rolling, hopefully training her for, I believe that's Carrie Ann, who's getting ready to rock and roll here from Charlotte in a little bit, what is it, almost a week's time there. Kyler, he's getting ready to rock and roll here for his feature race out here at Daytona International Speedway. Well, Justin, we already have 10 laps in the books, and if that's a look in the crystal ball out here to see what this kind of feature race is about to bring here, we better strap in and buckle up here, because this is about to be a lot of fun to watch.
Let's have you affairs in order. Affairs better be in order.
It is a great day for great sunset out here at the Daytona International Speedway. There you see weather on the bottom right side of your screen. 68-degree Fahrenheit, that's 20 Celsius out there for anyone across the pond. 22% humidity point. Our race analysis, we're working with a 45-lap feature here. So make sure you let us know who you are rooting on down there in YouTube land. The starting order looking just like the heat finishing order. It's going to be Joshua Gaiman out there out up front. Dylan Clark P2. Then there's David Spiel, Joshua Susi, Jeremy Zarfos, James Tenorelli up there, Matthew Fitz, Kevin Click, James Bingaman, and Ken Baum Jr. rounding out the top 10. Justin, do it again. Here's Barney. Get ready to wave this green flag.
All right, I got the clash on.
Oh, there it is.
Bar leads, Briscoe in 2nd, Suarez in 3rd, Priest in 4th, Gibbs in 5th.
Holy rockatoolies. That's
Come on, Hosabar.
Hosey, it's Hosey time.
Who cares? Who cares? We're racing at Daytona, baby.
Drivers working their way up through the gears into turn 1, led by that 34 of Dylan Clark. Very nice race start for that Chevrolet Camaro machine. David Smeal Jr. starts to get a little bit closer to his rear view bumper in that also David's Chevrolet Camaro. Then there's Jeremy Zarfos leading that outside line in his Ford Mustang. They're already beating, banging those rear bumpers heading into turn 3.
Work their way to turns 3 and 4. The outside line this time seems to kind of have some better momentum here, but you got to remember this time it ain't a dash. It's a we got to get to the end of this baby. And if you were with us during the Bill Hales race a couple of weeks ago, just remember that was an absolute catastrophe on the last lap. So hey, as long as you're at the end, you got a chance, but we can't be wrecking out in the first couple of laps.
I saw, I think, the 26 up there, or maybe it was the 29, excuse me. You got way up and off the race line heading up there into turn 3. But, Justin, you bring up a really good point about that Bill Hales Memorial race out there, about a month or 2, maybe 3 ago out there. Man, it's these runs out here are these next-gen NASCAR machines are going to make you or break you. And this is chested upwards about 200 miles an hour that we're continuing to see that outside line, although now that you mentioned it, just one lap to go. It is now starting to fizzle out even more there. There's James Tinarelli getting a shove from Matthew Fitz's front nose out there. It's bottom line dominant out there now, led by Dylan Clark. He's got the race lead away from David Smeal Jr. as well as Joshua Gaiman. He'll fall back all the way to P3.
Kind of just get this shoveling a position kind of,
Oh, there we go. We're going around.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Who was that down there on the bottom? Save it. Good save. Oh. 57 shaking bacon. Boy, he had them LensCrafters things on there. Austin Griffey. Oh, my God. What is the picture there? Anyway. Jeremy Zarfos Photography number 57 Ford Mustang. Got a little crumple on the nose. You know, just like an old dog snarled up at you. But come in, get a little repair. Now, if I remember correct, Sean, they don't have fast repairs. Correct?
My memory does serve me correct, but you wouldn't think anything has changed. Oh, 57 Austin took a lick. Man, that's probably what is it? Like 8 to 9 drivers involved there in one wreck. Here we'll take a little bit better look at it. Oh, that's the same look. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Here's going to be the contacts that really sends I think that's the 22 out, down and around.
Yeah. Somebody came back up. It looked like that it was with a lane that was already preoccupied, and kind of like walking in the bathroom when somebody didn't lock a door. It's already occupied, and then you look, and it's kind of awkward. You know what I'm saying?
Been a couple of years, but been there, done that. Ooh, man, I forgot about it up until then. They'll take another look at it here.
It all starts when somebody went up high, and then I think evasive actions, everybody started trying to move and groove out the way, you know, and it just kind of, you know, you start seeing cars scatter. That kind of leads to craziness. I mean, that 57 had nowhere to go, and he got it nose, front, tail, you know.
Look at this run. This is what I was mentioning with that Bill Harris Memorial race. These runs are crazy in the next-gen machines. And then there you see a tiny bit of contact. That's Andrew May in that kind of fish-scaled 22 machine. Then he gets turned, and then all heck breaks loose here.
Caution. Under caution here. At Daytona and at the Clash. We're under caution in both.
Ooh. Are they still running kind of rain tires out there at the not Coliseum, excuse me, open track?
Sure, yeah, I guess.
All righty, well, we got some pit race. Oh, excuse me,
Justin.
Justin.
Falling. Boy, it's falling. Come on, Larson. Get your crap together.
Lars Doggy. All right, it'll be James Cinarelli who leads him off a pit lane. Also, 3-wide battle out of that pit lane stripe. Dylan Clark, P2. David Smeal Jr., P3. How about Kyler McCarthy coming out of pit lane, P4? Excuse me, that's the drivers who did pit. Yeah, okay, excuse me. I got to restart here. James Cinarelli, Dylan Clark, David Smeal Jr. There's Joshua Gaiman, our stage. Not really stage, excuse me, but Heat 1 race winner. Then there's Kyler McCarthy out of Nitro Racing. He'll finish the stage, come off pit lane P6. Joshua Susi P5, P6 there for Joshua. Willie Hobart, he's P7. Matthew Fitz out of pit lane P8. Jaden Bingaman P9. And Kevin Click out here P10. We'll get them re-racked and restacked. Now, George Wood, here's a newer driver here with us this season. This is pretty special because at least as far as timing and scorings is showing, our first driver outside of the United States that are racing with us here tonight. So, George, welcome in there. If that is the case, it may not even be, but regardless, welcome in here to a new season of this Full Throttle Performance Sim Racing Series. It should be a lot of fun. Also, real quick, we got to give some shout outs out there to some sponsors and affiliates up there in the top right of the screen. We're talking Turn 2 Terribles. Quite a few drivers up within that team as well. We'll get them cycled out here. Jeremy Zarfos Photography, Nitro Racing, as well as Nitro Racing Setup Shops, Stamm Studio Network Racing Broadcast, which you are watching on right here, right now. Also, Slipstream Performance. They build to win real-life racing machines. DL Designs, if you're looking for any iRacing paint schemes out there within the sim racing world to get your hey, whatever car it is, to get it a little bit more snazzed up there within your liking. Also, we really have to appreciate Matthew Fitz. We chatted with him here before the drop of the green flag, but Matthew, I know that you've taken up some bigger roles out here this season for our 6th season of Full Throttle Performance Sim Racing. These NASCAR Next Gen machines keeping it moving, grooving. So is Matthew out there behind the scenes. Matthew, appreciate it. Keep up the hard work. It really doesn't go unnoticed, man.
All right, that's what I want everybody to do right now. Right now, I want everybody. If you're watching on your phone, you can just swipe up, keep the feed going. If you're on your computer, I want you to go some way to get to Facebook. Okay, I want everybody to go to Facebook right now and type in Jeremy Zarfos Photography. Go look it up, do what you need to do, and go like it. Let's let know we appreciate it. Look at these little people up here in the top left or top right, excuse me. They got a Facebook page. Make sure you go like, subscribe, let them know Let them know Stamm Studio Network sent them.
There you go.
Man, there's a man right there.
There he is. He's catching up the pack, so he's going to be back within lead lap contention.
Bush latte, baby.
Woohoo! Now we're talking. And Justin, thank you so much for that. I mean, couldn't have been a much better. I wouldn't even call that a plug. I just call that. I mean, just straight up kind of just letting them know that we sent you for Jeremy. His hard work doesn't go unnoticed. Lots of cool paint schemes for him. Turn 2 Terribles driver, number 29. He'll start the race out here P18.
So make sure you like, subscribe. Let these folks know Stamm Studio Network sent you. Doubt you'll get a discount because we ain't there yet. We're still working on funding for that. But let's let them know we sent you so that way, you got to make the sponsors happy. Sponsors happy, streams happy.
That's what it's all about down there and out behind the scenes of YouTube land. Appreciate each and every single one of you joining in here tonight. We are only 7 laps down to this 45 lap feature race. Dylan Clark, David Smeal Jr. back up on that front row. We're jamming the gas going back and into turn 1. It's Joshua Gaiman, Joshua Susi, that second row back. Hey, how about Kyler McCarthy starting to show his nose up in the front of the pack? Willie Hobart, he's up 13 positions since the drop of the green flag. Here comes that number 13 Toyota Camry, red, white, and blue. Little bit stars out there on that Jeremy Zarfos machine. He's going to lead that outside line. But remember, Justin, outside line, make you or break you. It's broken a lot of hearts here tonight.
Yeah, so far it's broken a lot of hearts. I can't believe Clark didn't get past right there. He had a lot of space whenever he got to the start-finish line. I mean, it was a car and a half back to second place. So Clark kind of getting away one early. I think it's too early in the race right now for a huge run to happen. But, dude, this outside line, I think that's been the story so far, especially in this race and our heat race. This outside line just has not had any momentum. I mean, it has been a bottom line freight train right around through here. They have stuck that yellow line, like a kid sticking a booger on a clothes, but they just haven't moved off the bottom so far. And this outside line just has not had anything to combat it with.
And what I do remember is a booger sticking to clothes when I was a kid, as well as in that Bill Hales Memorial race, we could see that outside line really start to form up and make a run coming towards the closing laps. But it's within kind of this first not even quarter of a race here just yet. It really, I don't know if they're just not trying to push hard enough or maybe trying to push too hard to where they kind of over push that kind of beach ball effect and not able to get that run out there with that speed and momentum. Right as I say that, though, here comes the outside line. We're starting to form it up once again. It's Jimmy Barr leading out up top. Here comes is that Matthew Fitz? It is Matthew Fitz, number 69. Here he comes almost to the race lead. Giving a shot there to Jimmy Barr's rear bumper.
Got a move. Get out the way in South Bend, Indiana. Matthew Fitz is on the way. Let's get moving.
Whoa.
So they are bobbing and weaving, doing everything they can right now to hold these next-gen cars on a straight line, or I guess, I don't know, call it a straight line and hold it a 45, whatever you want to call it there. But, man, these things are moving, grooving. I don't know if they did a patch or what to these cars, but, man, they really aero dependent so far. Man, they are all over the place right now. Matthew Fitz had that bumper, that number 69 machine all over the back bumper of Jimmy Barr right there.
Remember here, I mean, this is iRacing simulation motorsports. This isn't no NASCAR heat. Not that there's anything wrong with it, don't get me wrong. But hey, if you are, Matthew Fitz up here, hey, any driver who continues to run, I mean, inches, centimeters, not even apart out of there, that front bumper up in front of him. Justin, I know that you love some super speedway racing. You have to be careful with these pushes. Not only could it shove the driver up and out of front of you if you're pushing in the wrong spot, wrong time, but hey, Justin, what does an engine need to survive? That's right, it's water, it's air, as well as maybe some few other things, fuel included. But you got to be careful with that water and that radiator up in there on the front of these NASCAR next-gen machines.
And if you can keep that watch on the dash, I mean, you know, everybody kind of runs it a little different, but man, you got to make sure you watch that temp. That thing starts skyrocketing. You're going to have to take a break. You know, sometimes hop out of line, you know, just make sure you can keep it cool because, you know, no engine, no run. You know,
I swear, maybe it wasn't that Bill Hale's Memorial race, but it was another next gen at a super speedway race where we did see one of the front runners of the pack. We heard the infamous kabloom out there, and their engine turned into a barbecue out there, smoking up some meat out there without us. That is going to have to be something that we're going to watch and keep an eye on here tonight. Looks like Matthew Fitz is able to get out of that rear and as well as really dirty air up there and out up front of him. Right as I say that, though, it's the number 87 and number 12, Nathan Burnett, going at it with Jimmy Barr. That'll be the outside line this time by.
The inside, this outside line starting to actually contradict me a little bit. They got a little bit of momentum. A couple people have abandoned ship on the bottom, come to that top side. But I'm interested to see how much longer can we going to let this ride. I mean, they're what, about running even with fifth? Ooh, somebody right there, I don't know if that was Sheridan. He kind of poked his head up there like, nah, I might go up there, but he decided not to, but I'll leave it down on the inside. And this outside line, they are formed up, trying to get a little hay going, but man, this inside line is just moving and grooving too much right now for them to make any bit of headway. And at what point do you kind of decide, do I just go down through here, or do I just ride outside? I mean, I know we're on lap 13 of 45. We got a long way to go in this race before we even decide to do anything different. But, you know, do you want to run up front, get some laps? Are you kind of content where you're at? Just take care of your hot rod to, you know, we're kind of closer to the end of this one.
Yeah, great question, and I'd like to relay that down to anybody down in YouTube land. Right now, are you trying to get up there within these front runners of the pack, or are you keeping it a little bit more cool, calm, and collected? Say like James Turinelli, as well as George Wood out there running within pretty much the last running positions of the pack. There's nothing wrong with that, and I'll be honest, Justin, I love to do this here within at least Super Speedway official racing within this iRacing simulation universe that we have rocking and rolling. You have the inside of the track where you're able, if it's all pavement out here on the back stretch, or as well as if you do have to take a little bit of grass out there through the tri-oval section, you do have at least the reaction time to really to help you out as we're right now wrecking. It's the big one out here, the Full Throttle Performance season Daytona Duels out here. Lots of drivers involved.
Oh my goodness. They're still spinning and wrecking. Keep it up the wall, keep it up the wall, lock her down, lock her down.
James Turinelli, Willie Hobart, George Wood, all of these drivers' names that I just mentioned, and Matthew Fitz needs a little help out there unless he can get it. Oh, there he's getting able back in reverse. God, Jeremy Zarfos, Nathan Burnett, Chris Lynn. Chris Lynn was involved earlier on. There's quite a few drivers involved in this one, long story short. All right, Justin, break it down now for us, Funk Soul brother.
Oh, let me break it down one time. Here we go now. Let's take a look, see here. Back it on up like a talking truck. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see here. Sparks are flying. Oh, I think that's just an accordion effect, and unfortunately, 24 going to get involved. 27, David Smith going to go for a ride right there. Oh, my. Jimmy Barr involved. Jeremy Zarfos. Boy, they are wadding them up. I think that's just an accordion effect right there. And, you know, everybody checks up, and it's not, you know, golly, look at Ken Baum down there on the bottom getting away from that one. Zarfos involved, Fitz involved. Let's look right here. Oh, ooh, the Nitro setup shop boys get involved there. A little Nitro setup shop crime.
I'll rewind this one here just a little bit here for you, Justin. Oh, that's still not even enough. We got to get Billy Bob off of his season-long forklift break. Throw the cobwebs off. Here you go,
That's
Justin.
the world's longest smoke break.
No kidding.
Somebody called Guinness. All right, 27 going to float up, and Kyler just kind of. I just don't know if Kyler couldn't get checked up fast enough to maybe get it slowed down because, obviously them boys are, teammates being the Nitro setup shops. And, I wonder if that's just Kyler didn't get checked up, or maybe he's seen the spot and thought David was going to go to that high side and just try to take it. It's a tough call on our end because, it's just good, hard racing. But, if you smell, you floated it up a little bit right there. And like I said, it may have just been a push gone wrong. And Schmiel had a heck of a run and just kind of it freed up on the freed up and he floated up the track. And next thing you know, you got look inside and McCarthy's there. So it's a tough call to make. I think you just chalk it up to good or hard racing. Unfortunately, takes out both the Nitro setup shop cars.
Unfortunately so, and with that big old wreck, we do see quite a few cars down there in pit lane. Dylan Clark's going to lead them all off of pit lane. Then it's going to be Joshua Gaiman. He runs in the 5th position after starting up there. I believe it was our pole sitter? No, excuse me, P2. George Wood, he'll run P6. Here comes Joshua Susi, our champion, our pole sitter. He runs P7. James Turinelli right there behind him. So even though James was involved in that last caution, there still is a little bit of hope in that number 7 Chevrolet Camaro. Jaden Bingaman, hopefully I'm not butchering that there. That's one of our newer drivers with us this season. Jaden, he continues to run P9. David Smeal Jr., a little bit more of a lick there on that number 27 Nitro Racing setup shop machine. Jeremy Zarfos doesn't look as cosmetically bad up there compared to David, but that Boosh Latte machine definitely has seen better days or nights. Matthew Fitz down and in pit lane, as well as so is Nathan Burnett, Andrew May, Jimmy Barr, Chris Lynn, Austin Greif, one of our fastest drivers in practice, as well as Anthony Bay down there, all in virtual. I'd call it pit lane, but I think they've taken it down to the virtual garage.
Yeah, I think them boys pretty much going to have to get a little bit of front end alignment, a little blank of fluid, a little bit of flux capacitor work. Oh, we got a pile up at the clash.
God dang it.
Hoshivar, Gibbs.
Wasn't Hosey leading? Dang it, Hosey.
Not my boy Hoshivar.
Ride the Dente, Hosey. Don't wreck the Dente. Come on now.
Hey, I love a Chili's now. You give me a triple dipper now. Watch out.
Ooh. Now we're talking.
Chili's, hit us up.
Well, in all seriousness, so we just saw a quick shot at the drivers that are actually left out here on the track. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It sounded like an auctioneer there a little bit. About 8 to 9 different drivers involved as they, oh man, that's going to hurt the virtual spines out there for the number 87, as well as Kyler McCarthy, Nathan Burnett, and the number 24. They went bouncy down there off of that high banking out here at the World Center of Racing. But here you see kind of it's survival of the fittest here in our opening kind of Daytona duels here of the season. Not quite the season opener, but we're still having some fun here at Full Throttle Performance. It's Michael Sheridan, Kevin Click, Ken Baum Jr., Dylan Clark, Joshua Gaiman, George Wood, James Turinelli, Joshua Susi, Jaden Bingaman, rounding up those only front 9 drivers right now shown in our lead pack. Oh, there goes David Smeal.
Gonna be chiropractor's getting some calls tomorrow.
Oh, you're telling. Now, does it still work? I think it still works within virtual racing. You're gonna need, at least I need some after some tensed up on the wheel, especially like we saw there, Kyler shaking up his virtual spine. Justin, it's only our second caution here tonight, but I'll give you the reins here once again. Go ahead and take them away here for our Daytona duels here at the Full Throttle Performance Sim Racing Series.
So here we go. Back to the throttle we go. Away we go. Inside line yet again, just going to take off like a freight train. That inside line is, or that outside line, excuse me, is nowhere to be seen. So here we go. I love straight line racing. Not. 8 laps to go.
You know, I'm right there with you, Justin, but you got to, have to think that these drivers got to be abiding their time at least a little bit. This is pretty close to that fuel run strategy coming towards that white checkered flag. Right as I say it, though, here comes the outside line. I think they heard you before me here. It's led by Joshua Gaiman. Here comes the number 34, Dylan Clark, right up there with him. Something I'm starting to notice here, Justin, we do have some more newer front runners to the front of the pack here, but Joshua Gaiman, Dylan Clark, Michael Sheridan, they have been up at the front of the whole time. There's a turn two Terribles who starts to go around. He saves it. What a save for Jaden Bingaman. Oh my God. Have you ever, Yamentator?
I'm not. Sean, I gotta take a phone call right
now. Oh no. All right, all good there, Justin. We will slow him and roll him back down there, as there you see the number 34, Dylan Clark, who goes around. So after all of that is said and done, we do have a caution that still flies. That is the Catalyst Driver Development, number 34 Chevrolet Camaro, Dylan Clark out of West Richland. Oh, he's still spinning around after he's got no suspension, no front camber or rear camber, I would imagine, left within that next-gen machine. Here's going to be my best attempt here at a replay race breakdown. Excuse me, that was the last wreck. Here we go. Here's my best attempt at this. Quick break it down now. They're out there for everybody in YouTube land. Chris Lynn already around. Have to rewind this one here. So here comes Chris. It's already happening up there and in front of him. Like we saw with the number 26 of Jaden Bingaman. He had contact once, twice, thrice in that Ford Mustang Jeremy Zarfos photography machine. He kept it all straight and it's up until here. Chris Lynn. Chris actually was the one driver who actually had gone around after that slight bit of contact and actually goes around once, twice, thrice himself there, and then the yellow flag comes out. Also, Dylan Clark finally involved there in the number 34. We'll have to see how that one
toe up.
It's not that bad, Yamentator.
It's not toe up.
Here's kind of the... Here, I'll let you break it down here. Sorry, Justin.
All right, here we go. All right, the float up here, the 26 is Smill. And boy, Smill has had a front row seat for the past two right here. I think at 26, thought he could get back down, but Smill was already trying to make the pass happen. I mean, he's just nowhere to go. Then, the rest is just reaction time. That 26, man, you lose it right there. And everybody else behind you's just kind of, bobbing and weaving, trying not to be in the way. Heck of a job there for Jeremy Zarfos and Jimmy Barr. 32 going to get around, 34. What happened to Dylan? How did Dylan get spun out?
Oh, good call here. Here's a great look at that. This is kind of after... Oh, Dylan Clark actually blinking out quite a bit right now. That's why the camera is kind of frozen the way it is. Let's try and see what happens again here. Yeah, it's the camera's not allowing it. So focus your eyes on the number. Well, the 34. Yeah, he would be right there, but he's not showing up live on the. Well, there's Dylan right back in there out up front. Oh, no, he's not. Yeah, he's blinking out. I think somebody tagged him out and around here because what we see up here in the broadcast booth is basically what the drivers see. Dylan Clark was not shown right now. Up until now, he's already around in that number 34.
Yeah, it's the good old Blink City.
I hate Blink City, dude. I try to avoid it every time driving through it.
Oh, Blink City, USA.
All right, well, Justin, we're re-racked. Almost re-racked and restacked, ready to go. Right now, it's at this point, I got to ask you and everybody down there in YouTube land, who is your one to watch here tonight? Gaiman, Susie, Serenelli, Wood, that's the top five, Click, Bomb Jr., Zarfos, Barr, and Clark, the top 10. If I had to choose here, Justin, give me our pole sitter, Joshua Gaiman, in the number 61 Santa Cruz machine. That's a pretty special paint job on there, rocking it on the Santa Cruz Syndicate on the driver of the number 61. Justin, who you got here tonight? Yamentator?
Tenorelli. Give me Tenorelli.
Ooh, They'll sit in P4 out here, one spot.
Hey, Johnny got his spin out the way.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just chalk it up. Spins out the way. Tenorelli, we're locking in.
James up one spot since from where he started this race at. Now he's sitting P4. He'll restart on the outside row. If you're looking for here just a little bit more racing action after we are all said and done here from the World Center of Racing, I'll be live right back again right after this broadcast is all said and done, 9:45 p.m. Central Standard Time for some road course racing action, some Mazda MX-5s at Road Atlanta. Quite a few real-life racers out there in that series, so it's a lot of fun to watch them all go at it lap after lap after lap. There's also a competition caution that splits the race in half throughout there, so everybody and anybody can get right back up and with them. If you're looking to race Mazda MX-5 Cup cars at Road Atlanta, let me know down there in YouTube land below, and I'll be sure to link their Discord. I believe it's free entry into the league, broadcasted here on Stamm Studio Network. Justin, it's been quite a cutback here on this front pack out here. Only about 9 to 10 drivers shown. How is that going to really compromise and really change this slipstream, this draft characteristics of this next-gen car, you think?
I think right now you're going to see everybody slow it down a little bit. I think we've got our big ones here knocked out. I think right now we're just going to kind of chill. We're just going to ride right now. I mean, we're on the third caution. We got about what, Sean, about halfway here-ish. So I think you're going to see it calm down a good little bit. Yeah, we're about halfway right now. So do you think Sean will still got one more stop, or do you think everybody makes it?
God, that's a really tough call out here with the top 4 to 5 drivers staying out, and then everybody else pitting last caution flag. I think within that last caution that is going to help our fuel run strategies. We should be clear to go to the green, but hey, that's why I'm up here in the broadcast booth and not out there driving one of these next-gen machines, although I wish I was. It's only 24 laps to go out here in our full throttle performance Daytona Duels. Joshua Gaiman, Joshua Susi. It's the Josh Show leading them up there in turn 1. Michael Sheridan, James Serenelli, Kevin Click. Here comes that outside line.
Oh my. That start was something right there. Oh my gosh. Everybody forgot that the gas was on the right and the brake was on the left. This bottom side going to have a heck of a run yet again, this outside line. No, you've got to get a plan of attack together. I mean, goodness. Like the British waiting on George Washington across the Delaware. I mean, come on.
As they work their way up and through the 5th gear, just like those many stocks as Justin mentioned earlier. We will work side by side through the tri-oval section. There comes James as well as Kevin Click. Hey, how about Jeremy Zarfos? He's backed up to where he started this race in the 6th position. That number 29 has been on rails in his Ford Mustang next-gen machine. Turn 2 terribles. We're looking to make that top line out there happen. It looks like David Smeel Jr. slotted back into the inside, but he's made that neon green Toyota Camry machine working to the outside line here once again. Turn 2 terribles, working out up top, still not able to close that gap up here within these front 6 drivers for the race lead.
Well, they are getting after it quick, fast, and in a hurry. Right now, this bottom side is kind of the king. That's where you want to reside right now. That's the penthouse right now. Outside right now, it's kind of like the lobby. It's not the bottom, but it ain't the penthouse living. So we got to get everybody in the penthouse right now. But let me tell you, we're gonna roll in about 3 or 4 to go, and that penthouse living is gonna get pretty occupied because that outside is gonna become the inside line, and we all just gonna be partying up front. I know that made absolutely no sense. Once I got to talk, I just kind of rambled there, but you know.
No, Justin, it's
I promise I'm not drunk.
No, what makes it even funnier is that I am picking up what you're laying down here because
I'm sure these folks in YouTube chat are like, what the hell is this redneck talking about?
Well, you got to be careful right there, because if you are the race leader of Joshua Gaiman, although that you are home here, Justin, to go bounce back off what you're saying. If you are home, you can't leave the door open for some uninvited guests to make their way down into the inside of the house out there. You got to continue to keep that door closed. Joshua Susi keeps ringing up his buddy of Joshua Gaiman. Joshua, you home? You home? Let me in here, man. I need something from you. Joshua Gaiman not falling for it, though, continuing to hold that inside line. It's the inside line through about first, all the way down there through about Kevin Click and beyond. First through 12th, even about 13th, until we do get some more side-by-side battles out here at the World Center of Racing. Justin, I think that these drivers are just abiding their time. They're trying to play the patience, the long game coming into this white and checkered flag in about 19, 18 laps.
Yeah, I think right now we're just going to buy time. Make sure right now it's the time you start communicating and finding your partner, because at the end, that's all it's going to be, you and your partner. And then, you know, when you come off of 4, there is no partners. It's just by your lonesome, you know, get after it, son. So you're going to see everybody kind of getting it filled out right here, figuring out where they want to be, where they want to reside. And let me tell you, we get to that white flag, it's gloves off, ding, 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 ring the bell.
Camaro leading the Ford Mustang. Joshua, then Michael. How about James Serenelli still out up there in that 4th running position? No changes out up front within these last couple of laps. Matthew Fitz, although he was involved last wreck, that front of that Chevrolet Camaro has definitely seen better days in that full throttle performance sim racing machine. Also that left side chute, probably also the right side. Here comes Jaden Bingaman down around that right rear quarter panel, not able to make that pass happen. He'll slot right back and into line behind Matthew Fitz. Still top 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but 1 through 10 running single file. Justin, we're now running under the sunsets here at the World Center of Racing. It's pretty cool. We're starting to see these rear diffusers, those rub blocks starting to rub against the track, creating some sparks under load out here. Pretty fun to watch here from Daytona with only 17 laps to go.
Yeah, they sure that the action's going to start picking up here. They are starting to kind of get it figured out here. And like I said, right now, low line's where you want to be. You're just going to ride, make sure, keep your eyes on your temps. You know, don't spin out and put us at the back of the pack again. You've made too much headway. Now, if you're one of those guys in the back, you're like, caution, 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 please. But right now, it's just kind of ride and abide, as I call it, ride and abide your time, because when the time comes, you know, it's, you know, crap and get time, but I can't say it this way.
Oh, man, we might have to do a little SSN after dark here, one of these races here for FTP. That would be special, but we'll keep it here before dark hours, at least within a real racing world. They're starting to trust their way within the sim racing world. A sunset here tonight from Daytona International Speedway. Justin, only 16, call it 15 laps to go here this time by. What's going through your mind? Not only leading the race, but what's going through your mind if you're also running P2?
Oh, right now I think it's just, hey, I'm okay with running P2. I'm not, you know, I'm up front. I know I've got a fast car. You know, when the time comes, I can get after it. But the main thing is you got to worry about is the guy behind you. And that's whether you're in first, second, third, and beyond. The only guy that ain't worried about the guy behind him is in dead last, because he ain't got nobody behind him. So, because you got a game plan in your head, but the guy behind you may have a different game plan because he wants to get the checkered flag. So, you know, right now, like I said, you just bide your time, take it easy, and just make sure this hot rod is together for the end, because that's when, you know, the pushing, the shoving, and the beating and banging is going to come into play.
I mean, Joshua Susi, first of all, I really like what you said there, Justin. That's an excellent breaking it down there for the race fans down in YouTube land. And you got to remember, Joshua Susi, congratulations to him within our championship run within Full Throttle Performance last season. You got to imagine that not only Joshua, but quite a few of these drivers right now continuing to do their homework. They're kind of studying for their final exam, which will be that white and checkered flag lap. Maybe even coming to 2 laps to go. But right now, you're starting to continue to see these drivers back it up there just a little bit corner entrance, trying to see maybe what runs that they can start to work with out here. Entrance of the corner, exit of the corner. There's so much out here that here goes within chest and upwards of 200 miles miles an hour. And ladies and gentlemen, I promise you right now, you can try, but you cannot get much better than FTP action out here on Stamm Studio Network. It's Justin Yaw, myself up in there, up in the booth. Here comes Ken Baum Jr. with a little bit of a run going into turn 3.
Here comes the outside line. Ken Baum, kind of the drummer boy up there at the top, going to try to make some hay. He was trying to get that thing kind of rolling up top, and he's kind of starting to get a little bit of friends up top. We might see this outside line start to form. You see these guys trying to get the side draft off of him, but Ken Baum trying to get that thing pointed to the moon.
Justin, you also bring up a really good point about that side draft. I think that's something that we've really yet to talk about here tonight, as well as within that outside line continuing to fizzle out on these race restarts. But now you start to see them, a little bit of avoidance of that side draft between that inside and outside line. There goes the 14 of Michael Sheridan to work out up top, start to play the defense. Justin, this has shades right now all over the Bill Hales Memorial Race. It's the outside line coming to life here within only 12 laps to go.
Yeah, as they come back across start finish line, I mean, this outside line's got some players up top. You got Bob, you got, I can't see, Jimmy Barr. I mean, a little bit of everybody up front. They're starting to kind of get a little hay. It's starting to fade, but, man, they catch a good little side draft here. They might have a chance. Now, the thing is, you're going to see these gaps open up. If people start going to the outside, you're going to see that gap open up between cars, and that's going to really open the opportunity for some of these guys in the back to get a heck of a momentum run down through there.
Heck of a momentum run. Got to be careful on those pushes, especially within the entrance of the corner. That's about where the car is loosest, and it feels down there behind the wheel. Also very loose back there behind the wheel throughout our tri-oval section. Have to be extremely careful with the pushes out and through here. Justin, just like I mentioned a couple laps ago, it's that outside line. It's starting to move and groove, but those turn 2 terrible drivers are really continuing, and right now I'm starting to put that teamwork to make the dream work happen. Right now, first, second, third, fourth, and that outside line, all turn 2 terribles. It looks like the number 557 of Austin out there, as well as I think that's the neon green machine starting to tag out there as well on that outside line. Starting to fizzle out here as Matthew Fitz tries to hold him off in there. That'll be for 5th place on back.
Here we go, 5th on back, side by side, but that top 5, really top 6, kind of down there on the bottom on their lone side, just kind of biding their time. Little bob, little weave, little juke, little jive, a little bit of everything in between, but nobody really pushing too hard to try to get to the front. But as these laps click off, business is gonna get picking up.
Starting to look like go time right now. Only 10 laps to go here from our Daytona duels. Still looking side by side there from that outside and inside line from about 5th place on back. Matthew versus Michael versus Ken Baum Jr. He's starting to make that outside line work after he gets a shot out of Michael's rear end going into turn number 3. It was a little bit of back and forth. It was a lot of bumping and trying to run out there out of the exit of the corner. Still the front of the pack led by Joshua Gaiman, our driver who's led the most amount of laps here tonight, running with 19 laps led here so far, only 9 laps to go.
Well, Gaiman has been out front for most of this race. He really hadn't had any pushes and shoves to try to, really hadn't had an outside line to try to contend with. He's just kind of red up front, kind of kept it in the rear view. But this outside line's starting to get formed up. They've got up to about 4th right now, and they're trying to get a little hay. Remember, make sure to watch those tips.
I'm saying, look at how hard they were pushing out there. They started getting wobbly, wiggly, woo, here hopping on board with Kevin and Click. He's out here racing with another season racing with us. Turn 2 terribles, working that outside line. Here they come, cutting that gap here to the race lead here within 1/10 of a second. Each turn, each lap. Right now they're just chipping away here with it. Only 8 more laps to go. Here comes the number 14 of Michael Sheridan. He's leading the outside line. He gets tight going into the corner. What a save for the number 14 of Farmington.
Yeah, he looked like when he got ready to turn, the car said, "Not today, Junior." And it just did not want to turn. Heck of a job there by Sheridan to keep that nose pointed straight. But looking down through the field, look at the gap starting to get formed. David Smith going to get caught back up with Tinarelli right there. Going to give it a little shove. There's about a car length, and it's closing fast behind Schmiel. Here comes that outside line, but this outside line has worked their way up to 3rd.
I'm getting a little scared right now here for Joshua Gaiman, continuing to lead lap after lap after lap, but really
Goes
not
to the outside.
what he has. Like you said, here comes James.
Gonna bump that baby up to the top. Here he comes.
Whoa. Oh no, that all started at the entrance of the corner. He swerved it left, right, and back to center. Almost the big one coming out in 7 laps to go here. Michael James keep it off. Well, there was contact, but they'll keep it moving, grooving, heading back, headed the right way.
Boy, look at the gap that just created right there. You got Ken Baum. Look at Ken Baum run by himself on a man on a mission, but is he going to run out of juice? No, sir. It's going to have a little help right there. The 26 going to bop up. That's going to open the door right there for the inside line to kind of make some momentum, but here comes Baum to the bottom. Going to abandon him. Nope, back to the outside. He goes as they go out across start-finish line. 4 laps to go here at Daytona.
Oh no, I hate to break it. It's only 6 more laps to go here. So
sorry, I can't see that.
No, it's probably blurry out there in the stream there. It's all good. 6 more laps to go here. I think that's about 15 more miles that we're working with. So still time to be made, laps to be caught up on here, but we are running out of time. Coming to 5 laps this time by. Here comes the turn 2 Terribles, trying to make the outside line work one more time. Do they have what it takes? Will they have the speed? Will they have the momentum? Here comes the round out of turn number 4. Ken Baum Jr. side drafting the Nitro Racing of Joshua Susi. They'll run side by side, 5 rows back. Still Joshua Gaiman leading them up into turn 1.
Boy, they are getting side by side. Business has picked up front. You got Gaiman, you got Baum up front leading us around through here. They are side by side as they go back down through the front stretch. Business is picked up big time. Pick you one ride. Oh, somebody going to go to the outside and smack the wall. But they're going to keep it straight as they come down the backstretch. You're still racing hard. 14 going to go high as he's going to try to get out of this melee that it is. Michael Sheridan, unfortunately, going to get caught up in that one as he's going to tag the wall. Somebody else going to get up there and float towards the wall. My goodness, Business is picked up big time here. Looking at it through it, we're side by side in the top 3. You best have your britches on, belts tight, because it's just to get crazy.
Joshua Gaiman trying to hold them all off as Ken Baum Jr. led that last lap. Only 4 laps to go from Daytona International Speedway. Jaden Brigham, Joshua Susi, Kevin Click is all out here trying to chase down Ken Baum Jr. That outside line, it has been the nitty, it has been the gritty here tonight. Continues to run out up front, but for how long? Here comes the shorter way around the racetrack for Joshua Gaiman. He's getting a push, he's getting a shove. Contact there. Oh, there goes Matthew Fitz hard to the inside wall.
He's going to get that thing head on.
No caution here, Justin. This is coming to 3 laps to go. It's go time right now. Who's got what they say can't be done? Joshua Gaiman, he falls back to P2. I don't think I want to be necessarily leading on this second to white flag lap here coming up. Ken Baum Jr. is now leading the pack. Gaiman drops to P2, Susi to P3.
Throw the caution there. They're going to keep the hammer down. We are grooving, doing everything we are doing. Oh, my goodness. Ken Baum going to get up to the lead here in this outside line, maybe get a little bit of going. 3 laps to go. Ken Baum still leads us around through here as we come down through the front stretch. 2 laps to go here at the stripe.
Look
Is
at
that
these
2? Am I
newer,
right?
Excuse me here, Justin. I was just going to mention, look at the newer drivers that have started to work their way up and into this battle. Oh, it's going to be Andrew May. He's going to get the Sean and Tanner curse. Contact there at the number 7. This is going to go to an overtime finish. Andrew May involved. Jaden Bingaman also involved there. No. Yellow coming towards the white flag. We'll get them re-racked and restacked all back up. Here's a look at the race replay.
Yikes.
Sorry here, Justin. I'm trying to find the best possible angle here for you. There's a lot going on back here. Here's going to be, I think, the closest angle that we have, at least not bird's eye view. Got a little
Ooh.
bit of the yins and yangs. I think a super speedway action right there that stacked them and backed them all right back up about 4 rows back. You're going to try to take a little bit better angle at it here. Yeah, here we go. That's going to be the contact that ensues. It's actually, if correct me if I'm wrong here, Justin, but it looks like 2 different spins on 2 different occasions.
Yeah, that's just that accordion effect yet again happening. Everybody kind of jockeying for position late here in the run, and next thing you know, you got 3 cars going around. You're just kind of watching and trying to figure out which line you can get to without getting too much damage, if any.
Round and around they'll go. There goes Jaden up the track, almost off of his tires out there. Thankfully, that number 26 lands out there back on the asphalt, but he'll definitely need a virtual chiropractor there tomorrow. Looking at our front race leaders, it's Ken Baum Jr., Joshua Gaiman. There he is, P2. Still Joshua Susi, the Josh and Josh show out here in for almost about the race lead. David Smeal Jr., he sits P4 here. Chris Lynn, Michael Sheridan, Kevin Click, Jimmy Barr, Austin Greif. He's still out here, survival of the fittest. A little bit of damage on the front of that 557 Ford Mustang. And then to round out our top 10, it will be Jeremy Zarfos there.
Well, re-rack them, restack them. Grab your snack, grab your popcorn, because it's fisting to get fun. 2-lap shootout here to see what all's going on. Let's look at old YouTube chat here. Miss Terry is in there. Got Kyler in here. What's up, Kyler? Sorry, your race went that way. It's not how you wanted it to start your season out, but that's okay.
I don't think there's any points tonight. It's all good. I think.
Yeah. So here we go. Gonna get it figured out. Pit stops have been completed. You see one coming outside here. Gonna get a lap back. So we'll go side by side. Lights are still gonna go on the pace car. So we've got 2 laps to go. So we are at Daytona International Speedway here tonight, bringing you the full throttle performance. Duels at Daytona. If you missed our opening segment, I guess if you want to call it that, we had a little 10-lap heat race to kind of, get the rust and everything knocked off here. And now we have been in our main event under our 4th caution here tonight for a spin over in turns 1 and 2. But we're going to be back, full time with this group this year. Glad to have these boys back on with us. Excited to bring you a lot of action this year on Stamm Studio Network, especially with these full throttle performance group. If you're out there in YouTube land or watching somewhere and you're interested in having your group broadcasted with Stamm Studio Network, make sure you reach out to Sean and check it out. Does some great work, all around, bring you some very quality streams. And make sure you check out the Better Half Dash. Coming up next week. Yeah, mini stocks at Charlotte. Going to be a fun one, that's for sure. So, fellas, make sure you get your wife signed up and don't tell her to the day of like we usually do. Wives, girlfriends, baby mamas, whatever your significant other.
Hey,
I'll make for some good ones.
I'm out there. I know we see Terry out there in YouTube land quite a lot, but man,
I want to address this comment Miss Terry put in there,
Uh-oh.
and maybe you can shed some light. Miss Terry put earlier, she said, "I do not like my spotter. He's mean." Do you have any comment on that, Sean?
Well, I set her up back with crew chief because I recently got back in with crew chief, but at least it's not as bad. Well, it might be worse than I think the Jimmy Johnson spotter Gus pack, because I have profanity and all of that enabled. Justin, what kind of spotter pack do you like to work with, and does he like to roast you if you're not getting the results that you're necessarily looking for?
I think I just got the crew chief one. I don't know, honestly and truthfully, but I need to find that Jimmy Johnson one because the way I drive it might help.
Dude, you're going to have Chad Canals up there yelling all sorts of bad words at you. Also, I mean, crew chief's fun too, because if you do set on that kind of profanity setting, he'll make you or break you back down there and behind the scenes, I guess you call it. But in all seriousness, though, It's been a lot of fun to train out there, Miss Terry, up in YouTube land out there for her kind of chance at the better half dash. I know we mentioned it's kind of better half, but it's any special lady in your life, and that's my special lady. It's my mama down there up in YouTube land. She's gonna put it down with about 7 to 8, maybe some more ladies that we can get possibly racing with us for that better half dash. If you're interested, be sure to send me a message out here in Discord land, and a free entry, free of charge. Like I mentioned earlier, what better gift to give your special someone for Valentine's Day?
Now you got me interested in which spotter pack I got.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I know I already said it, but it will make your, or kind of break your whole race that you've been working with. Justin, I think we're going to do here something a little bit special for this race restart. If it is the last race restart of the Daytona Duels, that'll make it even more special. But we're going to go a little crank it up this first lap. You can enjoy these NASCAR Next Chance roaring to life out here from Daytona. We'll be right back with you up in the booth. Crank it back down here. Incident coming towards. Justin, I do take that back. I did forget that was coming towards the white and checkered out there. But we should be able to re-rack them and restack them. I think that wreck happened at about halfway through the field. Oh, there it is. Contact there. Looks like the Nitro Racing setup shop of Joshua Susi involved. So is Chris Lynn. So is the 12 of Jimmy Barr in turn 2 terribles.
Jimmy took a shot there. Where to go right there? 57 going to get involved again. Griffey.
Got to slow this down. Where does it ensue? Is it the 12 getting tagged? Excuse me, tagging the 25 up and into the 14 maybe. And then it's just it's kind of all heck breaks loose there after that one.
Yeah, that one, you know, if you're watching, it's bumping. Sheridan just coming down a little bit, going to collect the 81. Susi.
Oh. Who was that purple people eater there who came in about, looked like Mach 2 down there? I mean, it's so hard to get these things slowed down from about 200. I don't think it was Matthew. No, it's that turn 2 terribles. I think the number 32. Nope, Chris Lynn involved there. I take that statement back. I was looking at a different car there. It wasn't the turn 2 terribles machine after he makes his way right and up through it. So, Justin, we should be able to re-rack them and restack them out here, get another chance at a 2-lap shootout at who takes away the Daytona Duels out here tonight for Full Throttle Performance.
Yep. Might as well.
Oh, shoot. Justin, quite a few drivers down there on pit lane. Hang on, we'll head right down there into him. It'll be Jeremy Zarfos, Austin Greif, Jaden Bingaman, Chris Lynn, Jimmy Barr, as well as James Tirinelli. No, man, quite a few of our front runners out here now down there into the virtual pit lane. Matthew Fitz also, he's out there having a barbecue without us, but it's not a fun barbecue. It's unfortunately underneath his carbon fiber hood. Matthew Fitz is down and out of this one. Dylan Clark, so is Anthony Bay, Willie Hobart, and Kyler McCarthy shown. That would be, let's see, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. Fitz, Clark, Bay, Hobart, and McCarthy. Back it up out to the front. We do have them re-racked and restacked. They are, nope, they're not too wide here just yet. So we're going to take a quick break up here up in the booth. This is Sean Stamm, Justin Yaw, Sean Stamm producing, directing, and then both of our commentators, Sean Stamm and Justin Yaw, here. We'll be right back up with you up here in the booth here. Take a quick, brief break here with us.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. It's the one, it's the only Sean Stamm, Justin Yachts here on Stamm Studio Network. We got the field re-racked, restacked, ready to go after this quick pace lap. Justin, I know you still got the real life clash out there up and on your TV. Real quick, anybody who's kind of got it on DVR, we'll give you a brief moment to mute the stream. But Justin, what's looking like out there from hopefully the not wet anymore, but the clash out there in Winston-Salem?
Right now, looking at it, track's looking pretty good. They've got it pretty much. Blaney makes a pass on Briscoe here for third. No, Briscoe going to make the high side work. Priest currently out front. Byron in second. Briscoe in third. Blaney in fourth. Looking for third here. They're side by side down the front stretch. Suarez in fifth. Bowman in sixth. Busher, Austin Dillon, and Hamblin and Chastain going around out your top 10. So far, really, really good racing from what I've seen in reports I've read. Track seems like it's come around pretty good. Is Briscoe going to fall? And here comes Suarez on the attack. But Ryan Priest right now got a good looking hot rod for RFK.
Ooh, boy, man, I'm sure. I set up the stream out here right when the session opened, and I was able to join there for quite a bit of the session. And like I was saying, I'm sure quite a few drivers were roped themselves back up in here to sim racing after right around, I think the sleet started to fall, and it sounds like that is all over with now. So cool. We appreciate the quick breakdown up there for real life class racing, but we'll get back to virtual class racing here tonight. This is going to get good here, Justin. I think we will have that 2 laps to go here. We'll get the, it'll basically be a green-white checkered if we're able to make our way and up to it. It's Joshua Gaiman, David Smeal Jr., Ken Baum Jr., Joshua Susi, Kevin Click, Jeremy Zarfos, Michael Sheridan, Chris Lynn, Austin Greif, and Andrew May up within the top 10. We're back to green flag racing. Let's try to get this green and white checkered in here. Joshua Gaiman, pole sitter, back out to the race lead, heads him down in turn 1.
Yeah, he got a great run there to start us off. Just inside and outside line. You know, this kind of roles reverse. Gaiman going to go to the high side there, try to get up there with Smeal and Susi. Kind of leaving Baum down on the bottom. But here comes Zarfos Zarfos on the outside.
Whoa.
You got Kevin Quick, Ken Baum. You got Sheridan down low. Chris Lynn going to go to the outside. Another one of those turn 2 terrible guys. This outside line kind of leading us around through here. They go to the bottom. They're going to lose Susi out to dry there. Susi going to have to hope for some help right there from Chris Lynn, of Lynn and 12 in the.
Oh,
get us there. Get us to the line.
White flag! White flag! It's Joshua Gaiman and David Smeal. It's a 1v1 at the front of the pack. Barney chooses to throw the white instead of the yellow. It's a 2-car breakaway out up front after another big one coming across the stripe.
Down the backstretch. When does Smeal go? Do these guys back here get teamed up? I don't think they're going to have the time or the space to get caught up. Does Smeal try to make something happen instead? No, they're going to race hard back here. That's Griffey and Susi. Oh, Susi
turned him.
He turned him. Susi with the same back out front. Here comes Gaiman. Here comes Seal. They're just going to race it out. Joshua Gaiman going to pick up the opening win here at Daytona.
Congratulations, Joshua Gaiman. What a race and what a win it was here at the Daytona Duels. David Smeal Jr., he'll take away P2. Joshua Susi comes across the line, P3. Chris Lynn, P4. We got so much to break down here tonight in YouTube land. Stick with us here. We'll bring you some top 3 driver interview booths up there in podium land, as well as our official race results. Don't forget, we got 1,000, 2,000 race replays to go over. What a race win it was for Joshua Gaiman in the number 61 pole sitter to victory lane. Justin, how about it, man? What a final last lap it was. Oh, and then he dinks the 57. Non-intentional there, but just trying to burn it down. Gaiman gets it done here tonight from Daytona.
Congratulations to Gaiman and Smill. They raced it out there, and Smill just kind of realized, I think, he wasn't going to have any momentum or help, so he just kind of, a good P2 to start the season off ain't nothing to hang your head about, that's for sure.
And we got to take a whole nother look here at this white flag lap. Shoot, even the wreck that occurs out there coming to the white flag. Oh, man, where do we start out here? We'll have to rewind it here just a few seconds. And then it all starts out here coming out of turn 4 here, Justin. I'll let you take it away.
So, I mean, it's just good racing right there. Susi trying to get the side draft. Zarfo's just trying to keep it outside. And it's like, I don't know if the 2 and the 81 made contact right there, but it's going to hook the 2, going to send the 25, the 14, and I can't remember Lynn's numbers, like 19 or something like that. Susi just going to kind of get away from that. Everybody got them locked up right there.
Yeah, I really do feel bad here for each and every single one of these drivers involved. Not only this wreck, but I mean the whole race. We've had quite some good battles out there and out through it. And unfortunately, coming to the line, they will wad them up. Here's one more look at race pace, and then we'll go back here, look at some official race results. And
Chris
Chris
kind of spread out.
Oh my God.
Tinarelli.
Who was that again shot? I think that was number 7, maybe Mach 2.
That was Tinarelli.
Through it. Yeah, it was Tinarelli. Nice call there, Justin. Oh.
Yeah, Tinarelli just got through there.
I think it may have been. Okay, well, yeah, we'll get those unofficial race results. Thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart for joining us out here in YouTube land. I'm sure it just means as much, if not more, out there to Justin Yalman-Tater. Here's a look at our feature unofficial race winners. It's Gaiman who got it done. David Smeal Jr., Joshua Susi, Chris Lynn, Ken Baum Jr. That's the top 5. Michael Sheridan, Jeremy Zarfos, Andrew May, Austin Greif. He worked his way back up to P9. Nice finish for Austin. Kevin Click finishes top 10. Nitro Racing, Jaden Bingaman, George Wood, Jimmy Barr, Nathan Burnett, James Tinarelli, Matthew Fitch, Dylan Clark, and Anthony Bay here it'll be Willie Hobart and Kyler McCarthy who round out the top 20. Here comes those here comes those top 3 driver interviews. Justin, I think I'll let you lead them off out there with Joshua Gaiman. Joshua, this is Sean and Justin up here in virtual driver interview booth. You guys have the copy?
I got you.
And Joshua, you was out front most of this race. Didn't really have to do a whole lot of just, looking. You had to do a whole lot of looking over your shoulder there. But, man, it's got to feel good, though, to get a race, opening season win here at Daytona.
Yeah, it definitely feels good. Seems like my luck in the Clash is finally going the right way. I've already won 2 this year. So see if we can go 3 for 3 here in the next couple of days. But, yeah, it was a lot of fun getting back into the swing of things and seeing what we could do with the car. And yeah, it just was really good up front. I was okay following, just I felt way more comfortable out there leading.
Yeah. And do you feel like that maybe kind of give you some momentum going into, our actual, I guess, Daytona race here in a couple of weeks? Picking up a heat win, I guess, and a Clash win?
Yeah, for sure. There will definitely be some tweaks between here and there to the car, but it felt really good. So, I mean, I really wouldn't say it needs to be too much different, but we'll go and we'll refine it and see what we can come out with in the actual race.
So what's the game plan between now and Daytona? Just a little bit more practice, a little bit more, maybe, getting in a pack and seeing how the car handles versus, being out front?
Yeah, for sure. You're never sure where you're going to be at Daytona. You could be first on lap 1, and lap 3 you're sitting 25th. So you never know what's going to happen. It's definitely going to be good to get out there and run a couple officials just to see like how the car is going to feel and just move around, drop to the back, and just see what I can do, in a crowd.
Well, Josh, you got anybody you'd like to thank tonight, buddy?
Yeah, I'm going to shout out the whole Nitro crew. We definitely excel at these races. And that's not to say we don't at other places, obviously, but it's just something we all kind of get that same mindset, and we all row the boat in the same direction. So it's awesome just getting to run with these guys week in and week out, and just have a lot of fun. And I'll shout out to the admins for putting this all together, and you guys for showcasing everything we do.
Man, we appreciate that very, very much. We'll get ready to do it again all here in a couple of weeks, Joshua. Hope to see you maybe back here again in Victory Lane in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, we're going to give it everything we got.
I think Mr. Sean Stamm has caught up with our second place finisher, Mr. David Smith.
Hey, David, I think you know what it is up here up in broadcast land. You got yourself a copy, man.
How's bud?
Hey, well, how about you, David Smith Jr.? Finish out here P2. It's a Nitro Racing sweep within the top 3. What was going through your mind in that white flag as well as headed towards the checkered flag lap?
Probably a little bit of, oh crap, the mirror is clear. As soon as I saw them start to pile up coming into the tri-wheel behind me, I knew me and Gaiman were gone at that point. And, I had some aero damage still from the first track way earlier in the race, and not bad for a race like this. I mean, we had 4 cars up at the front of the heat race, and then for the longest time we had cars lined up in the dash or the main race. It sucks we lost Dylan. His air net bopped him out, and then he got wrecked. But, and Kyler too got caught up in whatever happened to me on the first track. But just good to finish tonight and pick up where we left off last year with Nitro sweeping out everything.
Yeah, there you go, David, man. Back to back Nitro sweeps up there. Who you dedicating this top 3 here to tonight? Who you shouting out to here, David?
Obviously, all the boys: Susie, Gaiman, Kyler, Dylan, everybody who wasn't here tonight, Chad, Gibbs, Rush. Who else wasn't here tonight? Katie wasn't here tonight. Shout out to Chris and Griffey, because they were awesome to work with. I love working with Chris. He's one of my best friends. Obviously everybody who showed up tonight to have some fun. It's a good way to break the ice for the season, get the new guys acclimated. You guys for the broadcast. This year, me and Jimmy got added on for admins with Fitz, so shout out to Jimmy and Fitz. My wife, my 2 boys, God love them because they let me do this every damn week. And everybody who tuned in tonight, hope everybody had fun, and we'll come back and do it again in 2 weeks.
Hey, there you go, David Smith Jr. That's what it's all about. We appreciate you for appreciating us, as well as down there and everything back there that you do, as well as putting on a race show for the race fans. David, hopefully we're chatting with you up here in a couple weeks' time in another top 3 driver interview, man. Have a great rest of your night.
Thanks, you too.
I think I'm going to throw it back down to the old Yamatator out here for Joshua Susie. Yamatator, Joshua, both of you got yourself a copy.
We back, baby. Yeah, that's for sure, man. Well, P3, we're going to take that, but I just want you to walk me through that last lap, because first you're involved with the caution on going out of 4. Then you're involved going into another caution on the white flag in 3. Just kind of walk us through your last lap there, because that was all sorts of chaos.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know if you're looking at Discord right now, but that's a little crazy too. My wife just not. She's freaking out. You'll hear her laughing in the background, but yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened at the exit of 4. I think Zarko said it was just a slight offset, and it hooked me in the right rear, and I corrected it not to get stuck in the fence. Shot me left, obviously. Bounced off somebody and did the old power brake trick, kept her going. Then had a real good draft on whoever the hell that new guy is, and he stuffed me up in the fence in the 3, so I jumped under him, and he came down the block again. I just held my line, and around he went, and we locked out the top 3 Nitro.
Sweet Lord have mercy. I clicked the Discord channel and oh my good Lord have mercy. Oh my. Well, you know. Jeez. Get out of my words here for just a second. Yeah. Well, we're gonna pick up in championship form, that's for sure.
Hell yeah.
But you know, I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked, you know, Mr. Gaiman earlier. You know, does that kind of give you some momentum maybe going into Daytona? You know, car's good. You make any tweaks to it here and there?
Yeah, we'll have a whole new set for the 500. She's still going off, but you know, last time we ran here, it was July or August or something. It was basically the same set we ran again. So setup shop will go to work here for officials when they come here. So we'll have a new piece. I'm not sure how much different it'll be. I'm sure there'll be some things here or there. We'll dial it in a little bit to our liking for out front or in the pack, or whatever we can get the most comfort with without the expensive speed. So I have all the faith in the world in Nitro Power, Nitro setups, and we'll show up ready to go.
That's for sure, man. Well, congratulations, you know, on a good P3 finish. You know, finish it after everything that went on that last lap. You got anybody you'd like to thank tonight, Joshua?
Yeah, I want to shout out my smoke show of a wife, our wonderful 3 kids, my dickhead of a cat, and hyperactive dog. Yeah, meow for sure. All the great teammates we have here over on Nitro. I know we didn't have a few running because real life clash and this is non points as you see in the replay. They're around. Bye. See ya. And you know, we'll be at full strength come Daytona. Some people didn't really care to run tonight with it being a non-points race, and that's fine. We got back in the groove. We've been staying sharp in the off season. Most of us still league racing and everything else. So I feel like we haven't lost any momentum. We're ready to go for this full season, and I want to thank y'all for coming back on board this year. It's great talking to you again, and hopefully I get to talk to you again at the end of 500.
For sure. Well, man, congratulations on a good P3 tonight. You know, we'll get ready for Daytona in a couple of weeks, and hopefully we're talking to you again.
Hell yeah, appreciate you, boys.
Mr. Sean, you want to bring us on home?
I mean, to be honest, no, I don't, because I didn't want this to already end, but I will do it. Justin, thank you so much here for your time and effort out here up in the broadcast booth. Thank you all for these racers for putting on a show for the race fans out there in YouTube land below. Also, sponsors and affiliates up in the top right of your screen, as well as YouTube members scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Ricardo Cano, Slipstream Performance, Ashley L., Austin Mice, Tyler Massey, Fluky86, and Joe Stipe. Also including John Mullenkamp and DL Designs. That's going to do us up here for some NASCAR racing, but if you want to watch some road course racing, I'll be live here in about 1 hour time. So back-to-back Stamm Studio Network broadcasting. Justin, thank you so much again, as well as Matthew Fitz out there for having us back for another season. Justin, I'll get you paid out here just as soon as this broadcast is over. And I think that's going to about here do it for me. I think that'll do it. Let me know if you have anything else out there for our YouTube members or fans. But hey, Sean Stamm, Stamm Studio Network, Justin Yaw, also they're co-commentating with me. Couldn't be done without the Yawmentator. Justin, thank you so much. Thank you all down there in YouTube land for joining the show. Ghost Racing, as well as, oh goodness, I'm gonna butcher it. ROK61. Dan, that Alonzo Block. Ghost Racing says, hey, I'm watching from the pits, so rooting on Kyler. Kyler will finish out here P20. Thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. Up until next time, Sean Stamm, Justin Yaw up here in the booth. We'll see you about 2 weeks' time for some more full throttle performance racing back here at Daytona. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your night.